Three questions that I want to ask you regarding money, regarding crypto. They're going to be pretty deep questions. First one, do the central banks control the world?
Rothschild said once, give me the central banks and I don't need any more government. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. First of all, the central banks cannot go out of their statute. Because if they go out of the statute, does not exist. That means that the Fed has no statute. In the statute of the Fed, as I mentioned you, are two things: inflation, and employment. In the others, now after the crisis of 2007, there are 3 for Fed and 2 for Europe. It's also financial stability, you know? And as I said, the challenge of the ECB to have united supervision. So I don't think that. I have to say that it's the only regulator of the money in town, responsible for inflation, employment in America, and financial stability. But of course, the regulated and unregulated policies has also influenced during all this time, and for that I mentioned the great moderation and all, and even today, the role of the central banks. So the most important thing is the central bank should have financial independence. In my tenure, and I say it in front of you, it is not necessary today that I speak on behalf of my ex-duty as governor of central bank, but I should say that I established an independent central bank in town. And if you have a real independent central bank in town, financial independent, means that the government will not order you to increase or decrease interest rates. And this is very, very important. Of course, there are different ways to do it. Somebody does it controlling M1, M2, and 3, so it means the monetary system. We had it. Under my tenure, we changed it to the inflation target, which is not a flying carpet. We didn't change the old Mercedes to a shuttle, but we established the anchors. And the most important anchor, foreign and domestic ones, it's the credibility of the people. So you should see how credible you are, which is your discussion, transparency, and accountability with the market. If you are an open-mouth policy, transparent, and accountable, you can reach it. If you are not, you see a lot of people now. You see some big banks being, for the first time in their history, more than a year behind the curves. The central bank should be always top of the curve, on the top of the curve. If you are behind the curves, then you have problems, what is happening today. That the market is ahead of you, and any action and instruments you use will be compromised. For that, it's difficult now to reach that targets on inflation in that short term when you have 14 years of flooding money to the economy.
Second question, is Bitcoin money? Is it sound money?
As I said,
based on your criteria?
Yeah, as I said, Bitcoin is getting along to be money. It's a long road. I think what helped in this situation is the blockchain. The blockchain now is one of the most important vehicles that we have for helping one coin to be real money. Why I'm saying that? Look at the experiments that did Canadians with the blockchain. They let one of the hydropower station to one company, and they tried with the blockchain to do some experiments. And they found that in a moment of time, the blockchain could find the correspondent bank, bring together the people in one transaction, control the documents, do the payment, and see also the quality of the goods in the container. That was not done before by one instrument. So I think there is credibility. And there was a discussion with my friends like you, which are in Tirana. I think that what is happening now with fighting inflation and increasing interest rates brought up some elements of the cryptos. So the cryptos founded themselves in the market, and they have been, influenced by the policies of the central bank. So that means that the crypto guy are not right when they say that this world will be without regulator. So everybody could print money. The financial system will be regulated. How much and how like that, we don't know. But if you see the prices going down on the crypto, they follow the politics of the central bank. Why? Rise prices in the technology, cost on the energy, they brought down that. Too much money on the other side brought other problems to blockchain. But this, I think, it's for the good of that instrument, which is, I call it instrument, something in the hands of you, which will trying to get the so-called sovereignty. If you get this so-called sovereignty on that, which money has it, so you have to be officially a legal tender in order to be money. If you are not a legal tender, you are not money. So this is the challenge of all these cryptos, which are fighting now. There are some countries which they use. We have, even in Europe, you can pay taxes with Bitcoin. You can but Bitcoin and the other currencies, they cannot do together now these duties that the currency have. Because the banking system and mostly the payment system should change. In my opinion, the instant payment should be based on the blockchain. But it means a lot of money, a lot of strategies, and a lot of regulation. What is good? Good is that 6 years ago, the central banks began to know that activity. That means that they were taking part in the discussions, they were meeting the investors, and they were trying, and they did a big step forward, a very big step forward, which is very good for the society and financial system. That is the digital currency of the central bank digital currency. So United States is committed to that. The first of them has been the Bank of Sweden, and the ECB also is committed to them. But if you see, for example, how it's gone in the last 5 years, they are promising that the central bank will do that. And when the central bank will do their digital currency, that open the road for other currencies. But it needs a lot of regulation, a lot of efforts to bring the credibility, as I said, to become a legal tender.
So Bitcoin being legal tender in El Salvador then qualifies it as money?
Yes.
So Bitcoin is money?
Yes.
Phenomenal.
But I said, this is, as I said, the life of financial system has been always a challenge. It's like the wave going up and going down. And being the market, you have, for example, I go back to Europe, and the founding fathers Europe, they said that the United Europe will be passing through a crisis in order to be established. So you have to go and get experience and fight, improve, ameliorate, and then you go to that. But it's not easy. It's not true, I should say, that if you have an instrument in the market and you try to prove it, and you could call money. Somebody even from you, they which I have talked, not with you here, but around, they say, we don't need you to call money because we use it, we produce it. So does not make sense that if you have some machineries that produce in tokens and you are a central bank and the credibility and you have the legal tender. No.
So you're familiar with what happened in Canada when there was the protests and they froze people's bank accounts.
Yeah.
If the head of monetary settlement talked about the CBDCs
Yes.
being programmable,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean that therefore people lose autonomy of their money if they are introduced solely to CBDCs as their means of exchange because you can program something?
No. First of all, the currency, through these three activities, they need an anchor. Because this anchor creates credibility in the people. People does not know who is working in a central bank. They trust the walls. They trust the credibility. They trust the history. They trust the experience. They trust the law. Because at the end, you are equal from the law. You know? And the law, it's above all. To have a democratic and market economy financial system, of course, that you need also a very important thing, which is access to market. Free access to market. But that's also regulated by law. Anarchy in the financial system, it's worse than war. I have seen, in my 40 years career, I have seen how quick can evaporate the money from the inflation and financial crisis and turmoils and so on and so on.
This is the last and final question for Capital Club here. So you're familiar with Ray Dalio, and he recently published a book, The Principles on the Changing World Order.
Right.
What are your thoughts on everything that he talks about? What is this new power that's coming if the U.S. is falling? We have Carl Schwab's talking about. The question more specifically would be, what are your opinions on this new world order that is being formed with regards to a new financial infrastructure, a new financial industry, and a new
Right.
industrial revolution?
Of course. So if you see the history of revolutions, you have in mind that who was the brave, who took the risk, who was visionary, he succeeded. When the guy invented for the first time the steam engine, he fought a lot in the parliament to pass the law. And at the end, he passed the law. And he wrote to his father, "Father, I'm very happy today because the law passed and my philosophy and my experiment worked. The steam engine is real. But I'm not happy for that. I'm happy because the parliament today gave me to produce 200 engines. So now I am rich." And I think this is a great lesson to tell all of you that the theory in life is good. The history is very good. To learn a lot is very good.